Class is in session. Welcome to the College Basketball Hitting the Book Show, Monday, March 9th. Ian Cameron, Connor Mack with you, and we are less than 1 week away, less than 7 days away from Selection Sunday. We are at that time where it's the final week, man. It is the last gasp, the last push to get into the tournament for bubble teams. We're going to see automatic bids punched and tickets punched in the automatic bid leagues. With their conference tournament championships. We've got multiple conference championship games tonight where a team will be moving on to the NCAA tournament. So it's a great time of year. It was a beyond great weekend betting-wise for me. Fantastic results, really. Can't be much happier with the way things went this weekend. In mostly the conference tournaments, things really went well, and looking to keep it going. But it's been a nice run. Pretty good card tonight, CMAC, when you talk about semifinals in a lot of these tournaments tonight. Horizon League, CAA, we're going to see the Sun Belt Championship, the SoCon Championship tonight, all that going on. We've already saw Queens in the Atlantic Sun, Northern Iowa in the Missouri Valley, High Point in the Big South, and North Dakota State in the Summit League win their conference tournaments yesterday and get that automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. So we'll see who joins them tonight. We'll start CMAC and the CAA. We'll go conference by conference here. We got two semifinals, Campbell Monmouth, Towson Hofstra. Campbell Monmouth is the one I don't have a strong opinion on. I like both teams coming into this game. They're both playing well. Monmouth and King Rice has had success in conference tournaments before. I think they might slightly be the better team, but I don't know. I'm a little leery of betting against Campbell right now after look how impressive they looked against the number 1 seed Wilmington yesterday. The other game is the one I like. I know Hofstra has been great in this conference, but I took Towson yesterday against Charleston, just having that sixth sense that maybe Towson's just figured it out finally. The preseason favorite to win the CAA didn't play like it, underachieved for much of the season, and now they're putting it together. All of a sudden, they're scoring. All of a sudden, they're making shots. Their defense was great yesterday against Charleston. They are finally playing at the level we expected Pat Scarry's team to play at much of the season, and I think that's going to make it a dangerous game for Hofstra. So I took the 4.5 with Towson in that one. CMAC, what do you like here, CAA semis?
We lie. I'm on Towson too. A team I haven't bet much too, but man, I'm thinking of them all year, just how they play, like you talked about. Towson it was a rough go early on, but they've been able to, I still don't trust the offense. I know it was I don't know if I'd say it's clicking the last few days or a little while, but it's been better, and they could really struggle to score. And even with this total, I know it's moved up a couple points. I mean, I still lean under, even at 132. I mean, maybe they do keep scoring here, but I think there's value with them at 4.5. I like Hofstra. I like them at home a little bit more, but I'm on it. The other one too is tough because I've liked Campbell the last few days, but I think this is Monmouth or nothing. I would take, but it's just, to me, it's a flip here. Yeah. You got a coin flip. It's -1. I don't bet coin flips. So it's like, I don't bet if I coin flip on the Super Bowl. What is that? And I don't find any value. Let's get to you want to get to the horizon?
By the way, worth noting why I think Towson has a little intangible edge. That tournament's in Washington. There could be a decent fan following for Towson. Towson's, of course, in Maryland, not that far away. So, like I said, it might be, and that helped the cause here for Towson, of course, playing so close to home with that CAA tournament in Washington. The Horizon League, you're right, Corvetta Coliseum in Indianapolis, Northern Kentucky, Wright State, Detroit, and Robert Morris. I'm on the dog in both of these games. I took +2 with Northern Kentucky. There were a couple of times earlier in the day that Northern Kentucky showed up with +2. I get that Wright State's the team to beat in this conference, number 1 seed. They lost by 1 the last time they played Wright State. It's not like Northern Kentucky was outclassed by Wright State in that game. Darren Horn is just a coach I trust in this tournament. Believe it or not, he has taken Northern Kentucky, the Norse, to the Horizon League Tournament Championship game 3 of the last 5 years. So in 3 of the last 5 years, they have gotten at least to the conference championship game, Northern Kentucky. I just don't like betting against this guy and this team in this conference tournament, especially when they're a dog. This is not really a slight on Wright State, and Wright State did beat them twice. But that last meeting, Northern Kentucky had a lead in the second half, let it get away. They could have beat Wright State that last time they played them. I think tonight they could get them. And then I like Detroit. Detroit 6-1 straight up, 6-1 against the spread. They've been a point spread machine. They've especially been good as a dog. I know Robert Morris is playing really good, and if Robert Morris plays well, they can cover. Absolutely. They got a great defense too, but I like what I'm seeing out of Detroit. I think they've shown enough feistiness. I think they've shown enough improvement at both ends of the basketball court that I think they can stay close to Bob Morris tonight in that one. C-Mac, what are you liking in the horizon?
Yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger on it because you just see these games. Like yesterday, there was a couple. Oregon State had beat them twice, but I was like, I've watched these two teams with my own. Like, I have to take these, and I got a 4. I was like, I have to take these points. In this situation, Robert Morris beat them up kind of both games here. Well, I didn't say beat them up. They won both of them though by 11, and what's the other one here by 8?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not easy always to now on a neutral to win again. I just like how Robert Morris is playing, but you're right. I don't want to lay 4.5 for them, so I lean the Detroit Mercy.
The interesting part of this is they played they played Detroit, a couple with the first game, especially long before Detroit started to put it together. So we'll see if Detroit's current streak, they're able to keep it going. People in the chat liking the over in the Northern. I mean, it's a high total, but I ain't betting that under. I could only look over Northern Kentucky, Wright State.
Yeah, it's come down a little bit, but I think Wright State gets theirs. I mean, if you get it, there's a couple 78.5 team total. I think they still get there. We'll see with Northern Kentucky. I mean, they played great yesterday, so this should be good. And a lot of these games that we talk about, if we're on them, we roll through it. Just bet it live because that's what I'll be doing. Get on it when there's value on one of these teams.
Absolutely. That's a nice thing too about live betting. You could have a scoring drought, and then you can jump in live, and you're going to get a better number with anything you're looking at, whether it's point spread or with the total. All right, SoCon Championship: Furman Paladins, East Tennessee State, Buccaneers. We've got ETSU. What are they? 1.5 point favorites. 138 the total here in this game. I mean, Furman is playing really well, and ETSU came into this conference as the best team in the conference, into this tournament, no question. But they have looked pedestrian. Let's be real. I mean, that Western Carolina game, if Western Carolina doesn't have a meltdown and make some free throws in the last couple minutes of that game, we're not even talking about ETSU being here. We're talking about them being bounced as a number 1 seed. I think this is a very young coach, too, for ETSU. It's his first year. They have had success against Furman. They played Furman very well. But just like I've talked about with a couple of these other games, it's a different Furman team right now. It's a team that's got 3 seniors. It's a team that's got a bunch of these younger players that have stepped up and made big shots for them, including yesterday. Their best player was a first-year player. So along with the seniors, they're peaking right now at the right time. ETSU is not if ETSU plays their A game, they can win. Absolutely they can, but they've escaped despite not playing their best so far to this point. Bob Ritchie's been there, done that. He's a tremendous coach. He's won this conference tournament before with Furman. I think we could see Furman take this. I bet Furman here, and I got Furman as a future anyway, longer shot in this tournament. So I probably don't need to double down, but I did sprinkle on Furman money line here. I've already got the future though, so I'm hoping I cash that. And this is a total where 138 for any SoCon.
I know, but that's what I was thinking. But I mean, it
feels low. But ETSU is a slower team. Furman is not playing quite as fast this year as they have in the past, and so I think you still might need a close game late and some fouls late to push it over. But I'm starting to lean over now that it's fallen this low. I mean, it opened 140 something, 138 now. I'm getting tempted to bet over here. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, the pace with this is, I think, big, and it's just the championship game, kind of a bigger game. Both these defenses have been pretty good too. You're talking about the pace, but both defenses have been there. But when I think about it, and this, this number when these teams just don't see this. I mean, I got to go back. I guess Citadel was a 138, but other than that, I mean, they're just totals aren't in this thing, in this range for these two teams. So I don't know if we get there. God damn. The more it drops, so if it drops more, maybe I will. Because me, big games, championship games, I like under.
Yeah.
But I think they're thinking that. But I think there's enough offense in these two teams that could get over. I don't blame you.
All right, Sun Belt Championship. This is the other one where we will see a conference or NCAA tournament bid awarded tonight. Georgia Southern and Troy. We've got Troy 5.5-point favorites, 152 the total. Look, the biggest concern with Georgia Southern is 6th game in 6 days. I know maybe this is the night they hit the wall, but I thought they might hit the wall 2 nights ago. I thought they might hit the wall last night against Marshall, and they haven't. They found ways to win. They've been, and I can't buy into the fatigue angle, especially with the number. It's almost like they've factored in that Georgia Southern's playing their 6th game and Troy's got this huge rest advantage. I don't even know if it's a good thing for Troy necessarily because, Troy's only played the one game yesterday, beating Southern Miss. And Georgia Southern's used to the rims here, used to the surroundings, and there's just a very, very, very no quit mindset that they are playing with right now at Georgia Southern. I just think they've overcompensated in this point spread for the situation. I think that they've put too much of a tax here on Troy. That I'm on Georgia Southern. Maybe tonight, okay, maybe they get blown out, and tonight's the night they're spent and they're gassed, and now this is where playing all these games catches up to them. But I don't know. They've been a machine from a point spread standpoint. Troy has not played their best ball late in the season. They played their best ball early in the season. I'm almost worried that Troy peaked too soon because they have not been great, and they've certainly not been great covering numbers lately. Troy's just 2-5 against the spread their last 7 games coming into tonight. So I know the fatigue's a concern, but I'm still on the dog here. Give me Georgia Southern. Reluctantly, I bet over as well. And I had to bet over because all but one of these games in this tournament have had 157 or more points. That's pretty amazing when you think of it. There's only one game that's fallen below this total in this entire Sun Belt tournament. So I bet over because of that. What do you think here, C-Mac? Georgia Southern, Troy, if they got one more big effort in them?
Yeah, but I think it has to go over for them. I mean, the only way it does it, they just shoot the ball horrible here. Like Troy, who's got an all right defense for this conference, for the Sun Belt, kind of holds them down because, like, they just don't play at that pace. Like, of course, during the regular season, you'll see a game or two. Like, they played, I think it was Georgia State. They had one other one where it was like a 66, 68 type game, and that could happen. But they got to get up and down. I mean, I watched them just the other day, too, against Marshall, even last week. And it's like, no one's playing defense. Like, both those teams, like, it was just easy buckets back and forth. So, yeah, that was difficult. If you've been riding Georgia Southern, how do you get off the train now? Sometimes, if you just don't love it, I will stay off. But sometimes you just ride the team. And like we talked about, you don't just need the 5.5 here in this game. So, I'm off, though. I'm on ball. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone our members in the green. Old E. What up, my man? Justin. What's going on, my man? Georgia Southern. He's on them. Hell yeah. I like it. Thomas, Mark A. Great to see you. Dimitri. Everyone in here. Shout out to all you guys. Striker, everyone. Hit the like button.
I think it's now closer to where it should be. I actually had thought this should have been 3.5, 4, maybe. You could have made the case 3.5, 4 for Troy, but even 5.5 feels like it's a bit too much on Troy. But when I bet it this morning, C-Mac, I got +7 on Georgia.
Did you?
It got as high as 7, and at that point, I'm like, that's nuts. I don't care if it's 10 games in 10 days. That's overcompensating for it. Putting that.
I like Troy.
Playing, yeah.
They're one of these teams though. As soon as you think they're the best, like they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Like it's like clockwork. For me, it seems like over the years.
Only covered twice in the
trust
last 7. So, like I said, they've not been reliable, especially laying points down the stretch. All right, let's go to Starch Madness in Boise, Idaho. Big Sky, 3rd round. We got 2 games there. Northern Colorado, Montana. Northern Colorado, 4.5-point favorites, 152.5 the total. And Weber State, Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington, 3-point favorites, 155 the total. I like the favorites, and I like the team total over with both favorites. That's the way I decided to play it. I like Northern Colorado. This is, by the way, Northern Colorado, Montana. You know what the championship game was last year? Montana against Northern Colorado, and Montana upset Northern Colorado. I think Northern Colorado gets payback here. I think they're definitely better than Montana this year. I think they played too good, Northern Colorado, in this conference to let Montana beat them a second straight year. I don't think Montana is a great defensive team, certainly compared to years past. So I took over 77.5, Northern Colorado team total over. And I think of the same number in the other game, Eastern Washington team total over 77.5. I actually kind of like that Eastern Washington lost in the regular season. It's almost like a little bit of a wake-up call. You had that great win streak, and now you come back refocused here for the Big Sky tournament against Weber. And to me, this is not a vintage Weber State team. So I like the favorites, and I like the team total over specifically. Both team totals are 77.5, at least what I got. Northern Colorado over Montana. Northern Colorado team total over 77.5, and Eastern Washington team total over 77.5. CMAC, what do you think there in the Big Sky?
I think I'm going to be off. I think your team total could get there with Northern Colorado. This is just, do you trust this team enough? If you do, and they're that good, you talked about the revenge from last year. But I don't. The one thing, I want Montana here, but I just don't trust them away from home, really. And they even had some shitters at home during the year. But I just, when I see these two split too, of course, I think in the regular season, right? I was going through this earlier. Yeah. And there's some defense that, like Northern Colorado, I don't think they have a great defense, but like some numbers are good. Like against the three, they're all right. The numbers are pretty good. They hold teams 30%. So they do some things well. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they roll. Maybe you're right here. So, but I lean Montana. And the other game, I have nothing. Zilch. Pass. I don't know what's going on with Eastern Washington.
I'm a little distracted at the moment. There's this crazy NHL game going on right now. It's a rescheduled game because of a snowstorm.
I see it.
Columbus, man. Oh my gosh. I have the over's already cashed, but I have Columbus. They were down 2-0. They came back, took the lead 3-2. The Kings, believe it or not, I shit you not, have scored. Kopitar and Kempe have just gone back to back, and the Kings are back up 4-3 now. It's just an absolutely bonkers game here. 7 goals already, and looks like 4-3 is the score now. So just crazy stuff right now with this Kings and Blue Jackets game. But nevertheless, yeah, I mean, Big Sky games are interesting tonight. Looking forward to both of them taking place. All right. Last but not least, West Coast. Well, I have nothing on the SWAC and the Southland. I didn't bet the SWAC or the Southland today. I think there's going to be better spots moving forward. I guess I would lean a little bit to New Orleans, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi over. That's probably the strongest lean I have in the Southland games coming up tonight. But it's just light there with that. Yeah, we'll go to that first since I'm on it. Did you bet anything there with the SWAC game, Mississippi Valley Grambling, or anything in the Southland, CMAC?
Yes, I like this under here. Nichols, Texas Rio Grande Valley. But I haven't bet it yet. I might go with, I was seeing if I could get 69.5. I was going to maybe look at their team total because I don't think they get to 70 here. Nicholls State. But this total's come down a little bit here, 143.5 under. I'm going to be on one of them there. Here, I just haven't bet it yet. Under.
There you go. With UT Rio Grande and Nicholls State, the under for CMAC. All right, West Coast Conference. We've got Oregon State, Gonzaga, along with Santa Clara, St. Mary's. I'm buying into this win one for Wayne Tinkle narrative here.
Oh, the posts, that's bullshit. Hey.
Look, here's the thing with Gonzaga. Gonzaga in the past in this West Coast tournament has had a number 1 seed on the line or a chance to really get a high seed, at the very least a high seed, if not a number 1 seed if they win the West Coast Conference tournament. This year, they can't get that. There's nothing they can do. Winning this conference tournament is not getting Gonzaga into a 1 or 2 seed line in all likelihood. So from that standpoint, it's not like the be-all, end-all anymore. to win this conference tournament and look impressive in doing so. Not to mention they're coming off St. Mary's, and they might face St. Mary's again in the final. And Oregon State, I'll tell you what, I was impressed with Oregon State. This was the first game for them yesterday against San Francisco since they announced that Wayne Tinkle was not going to be brought back. I thought they played real hard. I think they could play real hard again tonight. And we're talking 20 and a half points. It's a shit ton of points that you're offering here for Oregon State. Now, I worry that they struggle offensively because when Gonzaga can tighten it up on defense, that's where it could get away from Oregon State. But I think given the situation, 20 and a half is too much. I think they'll play hard for 40 minutes for their coach that's embattled and on his way out. So I like Oregon State there plus the 20 and a half. I kind of like Santa Clara in the other game. I just don't know if it's enough points for me to take them, right? I mean, you got St. Mary's only laying 4.5 in this game. I was hoping for a few more points than that. And the one thing that would concern me here is Santa Clara, is really thrives in the fast break, really thrives in scoring off turnovers. And St. Mary's just is usually, when they're on their game, pretty good at valuing the basketball. So that's going to be the concern. If you force Santa Clara to execute in the half court, it could become pretty difficult as far as scoring against St. Mary's. So of the two West Coast Conference games, I did bet Oregon State. I lean Santa Clara. I don't like that one, though, as much. CMAC, Orleans Arena, right in your neck of the woods, West Coast Conference Tournament, semifinals. What are you liking in the two games?
Yeah, I think Oregon State can could hang here with Gonzaga. Give me the points with them.
This is the same Gonzaga team that lost as a favorite of close to this point spread range against Seattle, remember? Portland, rather. Portland it was, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Gonzaga's good. They're not that good.
20 and a half. All we're asking is just be mildly competitive here, and I think they can.
We'll see. Lake, all those guys, they need to have big games, which I think they can. They got enough here. Does Oregon State. This next game, it's all about – you talked about them having success in the half court. And then I think the other is hitting threes because they shoot a ton, Santa Clara. And they need to get up and down. But I don't know if St. Mary's really going to allow that. We see that even in the first two matchups. And one thing, if you like St. Mary's, if you think this is short, because this is why this is tough for me. Of course, they're the better team. That's why this is numbered. They shoot the three well. They make their free throws as well, too. That's one thing, I love to see that. The top team in the country, I think, St. Mary's, 1 or 2, 80% from the free throw line. So, I like Santa Clara, what they've done. Like, this is the game here. You got to move on. And they give it their all. I think so. I think maybe I could catch a better number. I think I'm just going to do that instead of moving on this game. Just away from me. And this is the late one here, right? Yeah. 8:30.
St. Mary's and Santa Clara is the late game. Yep.
Yeah.
That one's the 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. Resmob 1, Justin McKelvey, Robert Carlson, Daryl Turner, Thomas Corbett, Oldie, Elmore 67. Appreciate everyone. Prince Paul, Jorge Herrera. Appreciate everyone in the chat here. NJ Stryker, Jeffrey Blue, Dimitri, Jean Colas. We appreciate you guys. Victor Rojas, everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for joining us on the Hitting the Book show. Remember, we have members only shows Wednesdays and Fridays. I know someone in the chat at the beginning said we haven't seen you guys for a while. Well, if you remember, you see us 2 extra times a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. So become a member to get those bonus shows that we do Wednesdays and Fridays every week. Bonus Hitting the Book shows for members only. Wednesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. But we're still here with you Monday, Tuesday as well for those shows.
One more Saturday, too.
Yes.
You want to come Saturdays. Last Saturday. That's it.
Yep.
One more last Saturday. Weekend.
Yep. Yeah. With their Saturday morning college basketball show. I think we'll keep this format into the baseball season, too. Once we get into April and May, we'll do baseball free-for-all shows Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday will be a members-only show. Thursday will be no show because Thursday usually is always a light baseball slate anyway, only a couple of games. And then Friday would be a members-only show as well where we'll do the baseball card, and maybe we'll look ahead to some stuff over the weekend as well. Yeah. So that'll be the format once we get past the college basketball season and baseball becomes the focus as far as the Hitting the Book show. but looking forward to that. And baseball's only at least MLB. I know the World Baseball Classic is going on right now, but MLB.
Yeah, I've had a few bets.
Oh
Cash.
yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I had Panama. I didn't think they could score many runs. That's +4.5. They won the game outright. So
Canada just had one bad inning of fielding where the defense let them down, and that's all it took. That's all it takes sometimes, and it can come back to bite you.
I might, Robert. I don't know yet. I don't know. I might
He's a
though.
big college hockey fan, Robert. So I know he'll.
Oh, but I've been to it.
Yeah.
I've been to it here before, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So nights games are fun here too. The tickets usually I just get the standing ones now,
Right?
Like the general one, you know, because it's a lot cheaper. Because the tickets, I'm going broke. I'm be under the bridge.
I know. I mean,
paying for change.
The prices aren't what they were when they first got the damn team. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, that too. Yes, I remember the first few years.
That is for sure. No, the prices have gone up. There's no doubt when it comes to Golden Knights tickets. Price has gone up for everything these days, but no shock by that.
Yeah.
All right, C-Mac, time to get on out of here. What do we got for best bets here for this Monday? We'll start with C-Mac. What do you got here for best bet?
Best bet. All right, give me, because this is one of my first bets. I was almost to say take Oregon State on that. Towson. This is one of my first bets. +4.5. Keep it tight here with Hofstra. I think they can. I lean under the total today. And I think they have to play their style. Hopefully they can still hit some shots. +4.5. Towson. Best bet for me. Let's get it.
I think that's an overreaction to this team playing their 6th game in 6 days because Troy's been not that great down the stretch. Give me Georgia Southern. +5.5 in the Sun Belt Championship against Troy. I think at the very least they're in that game. It's down to the wire, and I wouldn't even be shocked if Georgia Southern completes this incredible run in the Sun Belt to become conference tournament champions. They're playing too well right now. They've been just money for the last 7 straight games. Georgia Southern +5.5 against Troy. Sun Belt Championship game for my best bet here on this Monday edition of the College Basketball Hitting the Books show. That's a wrap. Great show. Appreciate all you guys joining us. We'll be back here tomorrow. And tomorrow, we got the Power Conferences joining the mix. Their conference tournaments getting underway in the next couple of days. Big 10, Big East, Big 12, SEC. All of those conferences getting their tournaments underway. We'll talk about all of that and more tomorrow and beyond this week on the show. Hit the like button one last time on the way out. Appreciate all of you guys for joining us. For Connor Mack, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Monday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific for another edition of the College Basketball Hitting the Books show. Until then, class dismissed.
Peace.